Hello YouTube, this is Jessica from STEM APKs. Welcome to another tutorial. In this tutorial, we're going to continue where we left off. As you remember, in the last tutorial, we were working with how to load images from file, from memory, using cursor. In this tutorial now, we're going to start learn how to manipulate these images, how to rotate them, how to pan, how to zoom in, zoom out, how do you do that from scratch. Basically, we're going to be doing when you open an image, let's say with preview, and I'm using a Mac, so the default is this one, and it allows you to zoom out, right? Zoom in. It allows you to rotate images when it allows you to do all that. It also gives you info and all that. We're going to be doing all that eventually, but by the end of this video, I'm gonna show you how to do these from scratch and even go a little bit further. You're gonna be able to learn how to pan uh, and rotate. This one only rotates left. I'll show you how to rotate right as well. But before we do that, we gotta deal with the code. And we're going to be needing a couple of one crate that we haven't used before. This is called MiniFB, and it's this crate right here. I mean, there are different ones. I'm just using this one because for what we need right now is sufficient. But you have Winint. This is another one. And they have a few. They have Pixels, Winint, and MiniFB. For what we need, all we're gonna be needing is the window options, and the key from this crate. And this is exactly what I'm doing here. I'm bringing them in. As you can see, key, window, and window options. We're also bringing the dynamic image from image. And you already know is this enum right here, and you can go here. We're going to be using this a lot because a lot of the conversions are using dynamic image and, under the hood. So let's start. So let's do copy and paste this and bring it into our main. And after you paste it, I already did, it's going to look like that. So what is happening here? Like I said, we brought let me close this here. We're bringing image, dynamic image from image, key window options. We got to include that in our TOML file. So you got to go here and include it. It's version 0.27. That's the latest one that I think is out. And that's the only, you have to put that because in there, because the compiler needs it to compile. So going back, being that the images are going to be resizable, this is what this does. We're going to have the ability to resize up, width and height. This is what's happening here. This is the menu. We're creating, just like we did in the last tutorial, the vector U32 in this time. And we're going to be using controls, right? R for rotate 90 degrees, left for the other way, S, save the current rotation, and Q to quit. And basically here, we're updating the buffer to make sure it knows that the key has been pressed and all that good stuff. This is the main loop that is going to know whether a key has been pressed. And, and when it knows, it will update the buffer. So that's what's happening here. So you can see the references. And what else? What else? The rotation is going to be 90 degrees. It's going to be 90, 180, 270, and then 360. So and go around and around. It's just a big loop. That's all it is. And this is here where we're updating the buffer. This is this one right here. Uh, this one. So this is where it's happening. So it's the function updating the buffer and changing the pixels, the RGB, and the alpha channel, because remember, it's RGBA or ARGB for in this case for in MiniFB. So now let's run it. So do cargo run. As you can see, you are able to resize it. You are able to do height, width, okay? So it's very flexible, very responsive, and you can rotating right, and you can see 90 degrees. And it's going 90, 180, 270, back to 360, and so on. And now that's rotating right. Now I'm going to rotate left, and now you see the other way, okay? Nothing that you haven't seen before. This is nothing exciting yet. But now we're going to take this a notch, up a notch, and we're going to, let me clear this, Control C, clear. And I'm going to not only have the ability of rotating it, but we're going to do something else. We're going to do um, add some more good stuff to it, and I'll show you. And basically, it's very similar to the other code. It's just a little bit more. And we're going to override it right on top of the main. And let's see what's going on. We're still using dynamic image from image. We're still using MiniFB, the same three. Nothing has changed. We're using standard IO to write. We're creating a struct image state. This still is a little bit different, but basically it's just the state is changing. That's all we gotta keep track of it now. And also we're enhancing uh it's an 800 by 600 to start with the aspect ratio stretch. Menu has a little bit more in detail because I'll be showing you because it's got more functionality. Not only are we going to be able to use the rotate the image left and right, we're also going to be able to zoom in, zoom out. We didn't do that in the other one, and we're going to be able to pan the image up, left, down, right. We also have the option to reset, and we also have the option to save the current state, and this is why this is here. Okay, so what we're doing here, let's do same image so you and Bitcoin diff and what else? The rotation, just like the other one, is keeping to make sure that is the keys down, keys up, and all that. Same thing like we did in the other one, updating the buffer, knowing whether a key has been pressed, rotating, updating the buffer. This is the function where you do the updating and changing the pixels. Very similar to the other one, but a little bit more involved. This is done the resizing here and the state rotation from changing the state. So now let's run it. Do cargo run. And oh, I didn't save it. That's why it's still running the old file. So let's do cargo run. But before that, gotta save it. Command S. Then cargo run. Let me do this one first so you see the difference. And now you can rotate key You see how slow it is? There's a reason that is so why it's so slow. That's why I wanted to show you this because in order for you to make it a lot faster, instead of using just cargo run, instead of that, just do cargo run release and you'll see the difference. Now when I do it, look how fast. So a lot better using release, especially for this type of manipulations, image manipulation, because they take a lot. So release is a lot faster. So that's rotating, but now we can also pan. Couldn't do that before, and this you can do with this one. You don't only have the choice to zoom in, zoom out, but you also have the ability to pan the image. And also it has the ability to zoom in, zoom out, just like the other one. It's very powerful. Don't hit command minus because it will be gone. So don't do that. So as you can see, it's starting at let me reload it. I want to show you something. When it starts here at pixel 0.00, and you can tell because when I do control minus, you see it's going to start at 0.00. As you can see, it's right there at the very corner. So when I zoom out, zoom in, back in again, you can see that it's still following the same origin, right? 0, 0. But the moment that I pan it and I move it, now it's not 0, 0 anymore. Now it's updating, correct? And same thing left, same thing up, and on the Y, the X, and the X. So this is we're going this is going to be key because later when we start working with the our viewer, we're going to be using all of these techniques in order to manipulate our molecules and our proteins and like I show you in the introductory video. But this is the end of this tutorial. If you like this tutorial, please click the like box, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you next time with another tutorial. Take care.